Hey everybody, how you doing today? So here we go, another video on the Phase II clone, the Ludwig Phase 2.5. That's what I called mine. This is my final version. I've done all the tuning that there is to be done on it. I even messed around with a lot of transistors today for the fuzz, and the ones that are spec'd in RG's build paper, I'm telling you, go for it. I went through all the transistors that I have in my stock, mixed and matched and tried all different types, and nothing sounded as good as the ones that are spec'd in the build paper. So make life easy on yourself, go with the build paper. Today I'm just going to go through all the different settings and just give you sound bites for each setting, to give you an idea of what mine sounds like, because I know I've put information out there concerning the tuning, so at least you'll have a face to go with that name, so to speak. You'll be able to listen to sound bites of this one, and if you're building one of your own, compare it to this one, and in relation to the numbers that I give for tuning the trimmers and such. So we're going to go with we're going to start off with no fuzz repeats. It's going to be just straight filtering. I've got the filter intensity up maximum, and one thing that the clone does just as well, if not better than the original, is overdrive your signal when you're in straight filter mode. So it'll be sensitive to different types of pickups. You'll have to inevitably use your guitar volume to adjust in straight filter mode. You'll have to turn your guitar down because it'll overdrive your signal. It's better in with the fuzz on. You can crank it back up, but again, it's sensitive, just like the original one is, to different guitar pickups. You know, different single coils, humbuckers. You'll get a definite difference, but you'll have to be judicious with the use of the volume on your guitar. So here we go. This is the guitar. I'm using the bridge pickup. It's a humbucker. That's the amp, and that's the Ludwig Phase 2.5. And there's Grandpa watching with approval over there. So I'll give you the bypass sound. That's the straight guitar. Now we'll turn the effect on. We'll go into vowel mode. No animation. I'm just going to work the pedal. Wayo, wayo. That's vowel mode. Counter mode. There you got the yoy yoy in counter mode. And parallel mode. Now, if any of you have watched my video on the sound bites of the original, you notice that the vocalization is exactly the same between the two. They produce the same vowel sequence for each particular mode. That has a lot to do with the tuning. If you get it tuned just right, you're going to match up with the original more or less spot on, if not better. So now we'll go back to vowel mode and throw the animation on. That's vowel mode. Counter mode. You get a lot of spacey whale noise type of sounds in there. And parallel mode. A like that little whoa whoa when you got it heel down. You know, wow wow wow. And a yo yo yo. So you cover a lot of vocal ground there, in just in one sweep of the pedal. More whale noises. Okay, so now we'll go back to vowel mode, and we'll throw on the fuzz. No animation. Again, I'm working in the both mode because I've got the fuzz repeat intensity turned right down. So basically, it's almost no point of me going down into filter mode. I just leave it on both and I turn the pot right down. And the particularity of the fuzz mix pot is the same as the original. When you're using fuzz mode, the fuzz mix knob acts as a fuzz gain. Voice fuzz, when you put it to voice fuzz, that's more evident when you're using fuzz repeats, and I'll demonstrate that in a minute. It turns the knob into a fader, where on one end of the dial you'll have more voice, and on the other end of the dial you'll have more fuzz. By fuzz I mean fuzz repeats. So it'll act as a balance between having more voice filtering coming through, or having a harder percussion coming through. If you're not using the fuzz repeats, you might as well just leave it in fuzz and crank it. So here we are in vowel mode, fuzz on, no animation. Now you see I just had to turn the volume up on the guitar. I had it turned down for filter mode. And you see I'm getting really good sustain. Any other transistors that I tried in here for the fuzz section just either didn't sound as good, didn't work at all, or was really gated. Like it would come through and it would cut out very, very quickly. You wouldn't have much sustain. So that's why I went back to what's spec'd in the build paper, and the only thing I did was with my transistor meter there, I matched up the gains really, really close. So that's vowel mode. Counter mode. And parallel mode. Now you go back to vowel mode and we'll throw the animation on. As you can probably hear, this is where this pedal really, really shines, is the fuzz with the filtering together. It's just, I don't know, every time I never get tired of listening to it. That's vowel mode. Now we'll go into counter mode. And parallel mode. Okay, now we'll finish off by throwing in fuzz repeats. Again, I'm working in both, so I'm using both the filtering, and the fuzz repeats. You can go straight fuzz repeats, and you'll get mostly just the percussive beat. As I turn up the fuzz repeat intensity now, you can hear that knocking. It's exactly like the original, exactly. In both mode, you'll have more vocalization mixed in with the fuzz repeats. Both is really my favorite setting. I tend to just put it there and leave it there, and then just play with the knobs if I want fuzz repeats or not, or if I want to fade more to voice or more to fuzz. So give ourselves some percussive. Turn it up some more. We're in parallel mode right now. Now, what I was saying about the fuzz mix knob, right now I'm in fuzz. So I have my fuzz repeats, and as I turn it down, all I have is the thumping, but very little fuzz, none at all. You'll still have your signal coming through, but you have no fuzz to carry it because you've turned the knob right down. So basically, you get a real good chop coming through. And like I was saying before, in voice fuzz mode, you've got more fuzz on one side, or more voice on the other. So that's basically how the fuzz mix knob works. The voice fuzz is really meant to act as a fader when you're using fuzz repeats. So you can balance between the voice of the guitar or the percussive signal of the Ludwig. So there you go. There you have it. That's it in a nutshell. And like I said, it might sound a little convoluted what I'm trying to explain about the fuzz mix and the fuzz voice and fuzz. But unless you have one of these in front of you, it might be a little hard to understand. Once you do have it in front of you and you start playing with it, then it'll all come together for you. So there you go. Many thanks to everybody who collaborated with this project. You all know who you are, and I am not Jimi Photon. Remember that. There is only one Jimi Photon. He rules. And there you go. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy.